Yes, everybody, what's happening? Don't like that it was straight on me as we came in, feeling a little bit attacked, right? This feels like a press conference. This feels like I've been cancelled. This feels like I'm apologising for offending people.
Just tell everyone, give your statement.
Say it.
And let's move on.
Say it.
Yeah,
Well,
do you know what I mean?
Cancelled, we might as well do it in the first
No,
minute.
let's
let's
not encourage him to do that.
We've had a comedian on and we've managed to not do it.
Yeah.
He's trying his best.
To not or to do?
No, to do it.
Really?
I think. No, I don't know. I think
he's
I
all
think
right.
you wanted to get cancelled. I get cancelled in 4 seconds.
I know you can.
Want to see?
No.
We could just, let's know. No, forget it.
Why is this a game? Why is this the game?
No, it's not a good game.
Why is this the game?
As well. Let's move on from this game of
Okay.
let's get cancelled.
I got some thoughts about Prince Philip.
No.
It's, a sad time for a lot of people.
It's exactly what I was going to say, Jack.
Yeah.
That's what, I'll say on that matter.
Yep. Right, that's that done.
Yeah. I think we've covered that extensively.
Yeah.
Like the video if you'd like my true thoughts on Prince Philip.
No.
You need 30,000 to get
Yeah, 30,000 likes,
And
and
it
Steve will give you his his thoughts.
Poor recovery of that then, Jay.
I know, sorry.
Yeah. Get some comments up.
Get involved in the comments. Let us know what you think about what was the thumbnail, not about Prince Philip. What was the thumbnail? I know it's irrelevant on this podcast what the thumbnail is. I think we were talking about something about Jose Mourinho.
We had a conversation Monday, me and you.
Yes, we've had several conversations today, and some of them.
One of them was like, can Friday's Brew definitely be?
Well, next week actually,
when we were in
yeah,
podcast?
we've got something coming up next week. We've got a guest who's going to talk about. We've got an author coming on.
And what? I heard that.
There's an echo.
There is. What kind of author?
A book author.
I guess that. What's he done? What has he actually done?
My United Road, the book that's
Right, okay.
doing the round. So we're going to be speaking to one of the chaps behind that next week, and obviously we'll be reminiscing about our own Manchester United journey. Yeah, I mean, we talk about what we want on this podcast. There was a thumbnail about Jose Mourinho and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. There's a bit of intrigue there. Someone saying Lee Casson said, "Where's the Brews?" Good question.
That is a great question.
Actually,
what a question that is. Usually Callum, who's very busy at the minute, usually steps in and does it.
yeah.
I think he's got his headphones in, and he's not going to.
Apparently Red Bull isn't a brew. It is.
Kind of.
Everything's a brew.
Yeah.
What do you think of the King Eric doc coming out? How good does that look?
Right, now I'm happy you brought that up because I wanted to spend the next hour talking about
All
it.
right, let's
Well,
do
we
that.
are
There
going to go.
There we go. Done.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
One,
Yeah.
genius getting Eric Cantona to narrate it. Eric Cantona could
The
narrate
voice.
breakfast, and I'm in.
Yeah.
Right?
Eric Cantona could give you just the worst news ever, and you'd love it.
You go.
You know what I mean?
Because he's got that sort of actor kind of like aura about the way he's like he adds gravitas to anything. He could be talking about Weetabix.
He could say,
And you listen.
you say, sorry, your test results are in. It's positive. I'd
It
be
is
like,
chlamydia.
yeah. Oh, thanks, Eric. Cheers.
Thanks for that news.
Wow.
Yeah.
That I was born to play for United. Did a lap of the office, mate.
You've actually basked in his greatness, haven't you? You little
I've cuddled
punk. You absolute pair of
cuddled him.
weasels.
I also
you and
called him
McCullough knocked me sick.
Monday.
Having a beer with him as well. It's one off the bucket list,
I was fucking wounded, right? So
Go on,
I
tell the
ordered a
story, I like
I
this.
ordered a bottle of Kronenberg because for those who know, he's the Kronenberg guy.
Yeah.
Don't want to burst Steve's bubble with how these adverts work, but okay, let's go with that.
Yeah. He's the Kronenberg guy. He's on the fucking outside of it. See?
Yeah, he loves it.
So I'm thinking, get a bottle of Kronenberg. I was at the Lowry Hotel. They don't serve you in a bottle. So it came in a half pint glass, and I was like,
Oh, mate.
So what you're doing is you're drinking half a pint from the
thinking
very
half a
Cantona.
pint with Eric Cantona.
No, mate. Why don't you get a little straw and a little cocktail hat and everything? Yeah, and a sparkler.
Just got the shandy instead, mate. It'd been nicer.
No, I was devoed.
I mean, I would have been much better. I'd have been sat there drinking bloody
Pepsi
Max
Max
Cherry. It's probably better I wasn't there, to be honest with you.
So yeah, that took a little bit of a shine off that moment.
Were you all right? Like, did you get starstruck? We spoke about this being you before about getting starstruck because we've both done quite a few interviews with ex-players, and we are, it's a job, yeah, or whatever. But we're United fans first and foremost, so you still get that thing of like, oh my god, that's Brian Robson.
Only with Cantona.
Was that the only one?
We're working on Beckham at the moment,
Oh mate, don't.
and for you guys specifically watching this show on a Friday.
Yeah.
Me and Jay had a discussion last week about if there's a way I can get Beckham to talk about the 1991 Winners' Cup final. And obviously Jay was like, this is fucking sensational.
How do we do it?
And then Joe Smith nearly cried, thinking, you're not wasting a question with David Beckham about 1991. And I was like, why not?
Well, that's not wasting, for starters.
Yeah,
Let's face facts. How many other people have asked him about it? Probably none. And he's been asked hundreds and thousands of questions.
I like to just make... If I actually asked him about the 1991 Winners' Cup final, you're going to get a genuine laugh out of David Beckham because he's going to come, what the fucking else? Where's that come from?
Yeah.
Right? Because he's going to have been asked about every fucking aspect of his life forever. But he would have been...
He'd have been around.
17,
He'd have been at the club, wouldn't he, 91?
16, 17.
Yeah.
Brian Robson, who I know is his hero.
Yep.
I think he's got some opinions on it, and I want to hear them.
Yep. And then we can play that answer over and over on this podcast.
Correct.
That's
For
going
an
to
hour.
be the intro.
That'll just be it.
Yeah.
Play it again,
Be that
Steve.
clip.
Put it on again. Put it on again.
I'm surprised you've not got Rene saying it
Joe
as the
nearly-
intro to this.
Joe nearly cried. It was so funny. It was so serious.
He was looking like,
you
no,
can't,
no.
You can't waste a question
You-
with David Beckham on this.
It's
And I'm
not a
like,
waste.
well, I think you'll find I can.
We can. Yeah, we need to get him on that.
You could have me into him and me not talk for an hour and a half. Just staring at him.
Yeah.
That would be it.
He
I'd go there,
is.
couldn't-
I think Beckham is, because of the fact he's not on Sky and BT and all the other stuff as well. Like, I think he's probably the elite of the elite from that group of players.
These three kings, if you like, three bits of royalty to interview. It's Beckham, Cantona, and Fergie.
Would you? Could you throw Ronaldo in there just because of the?
I don't care about him anywhere near as much as the other three.
Right. Okay.
But I think you might have the same kind of celebrity that isn't a person I should even be in the same room with kind of vibe
Maybe,
with
but
Ronaldo.
I wouldn't be nervous with Ronaldo because I don't care about him as much as
I'm with you on that
Fergie.
one. I'd be more. I remember once when I was interviewing Bob Wilson, the goalkeeper, who was doing this bike ride across Britain. It was before a game, and we were in like the reception bit at Old Trafford. It was United game, and he was doing this thing, and I was interviewing him for Q103. And as I was interviewing, Fergie came in, just walked in, and like started chatting to him, and I was just like, and then Fergie just walks off, and I was thought, imagine if I got an actual interview with Fergie, I'd probably just freeze up. So I did press conferences, but I did about 4. I never got to ask a question. To be honest with you, I didn't want to.
I met him.
In case he'd sold me off.
Was it 18 months?
No, that would I'd have quit as a journalist that day.
18 months ago,
Crying.
I was just before I started here. I was playing a golf tournament, and because I was the worst of the best, just made the cut on the number. I went out first at like
I know, yeah.
I went out at like 7:30 in the morning. Went round in 2.5 hours, and Fergie come to watch the golf, but he was just going to watch from afar. And he was having his lunch when I was coming in, and this guy I played with kind of half knew and went, "Well, do you want me to introduce you?" I went, "If you want, yeah." I don't quite know what the words are going to be that come out after that, so don't hold me to that. But I was like, "Yeah," and he did that, had a bit of a chat, and then he left, and no one else that played in that event seen him because he just sat there. Had his lunch,
I've seen that
walked
picture.
off,
I've seen you post that on
and I
your
was like,
socials.
"That's just it was mad." I texted my mate straight after. I went, "I just met Fergie." He went, "No, you've not." I went,
Oh, yes, I have.
Oh, yes, I have.
This is my new
And it was just
wallpaper.
like, it's surreal, isn't it? It's just like, just see, he's what? That's not.
Just that man has made such a difference on your life.
Oh my God.
Like,
Absolutely.
that one man has made your
More
life
than a loss of my family.
so much better. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, I was at an event in Salford once, Salford, Gary Neville's team. And he came to that, and it was another thing like, you were told, like, just sort of like, leave him alone, basically. Because it was there as reporters, and I was like, right, fine. I'm doing as I'm told. But he just, like, stood near him as he was giving a speech like that. It's so fucking great.
My dad,
The reverence for Fergie, there'd be definitely a celebrity sort of like fangirl thing I'd be doing with Beckham, and obviously Cantona has everything to me for football, and like I sweat buckets talking to Cantona,
Yeah.
but I kept a fair lid on it. I think.
Was it difficult with Eric because was it like a press junket? So was he doing a lot of interviews?
No.
Was it a one-off?
Yeah, he come and sit down with us.
Right. No, I mean like he wasn't like you once you finished, someone else did it. No, so it was one-off. I know like you.
For those who don't really know,
Yeah.
like, generally like when you do any sort of interviews, what's good about the thing I'm doing with Rio, we get the player. That's it.
Yeah.
What kills a lot of interviews is you might get the player, you might be like, say me and Alex here doing this. Fucking agent sat there.
Yeah.
going, oh, you can't ask him about this, you can't ask him about that. And you're like, the fuck else am I going to ask him about? So that ruins a lot of interviews. Eric didn't have an agent with him. I think he was with his brother. Just fucking sat down, had a beer. With Eric, the temptation, there was a big temptation because you're excited and you're trying to keep your fucking heart rate down and chill a little bit. And you want to ask 1,000 questions at once because you know that someone's going to say, all right, done.
Yeah.
And you kind of want to make sure that you do it because there was a book agent, like, because he was flogging his book. Do you know what I mean? He's just draw dicks all over.
Yeah.
So you're like, time's time. I'm not going to get a load of time here with this. So you almost want to rush your questions, but it was in my mind. Like, me and McCullough had met him just a few months before at the Lowry, and he'd done that one-man show thing, and he'd been interviewed.
Yeah.
It was awful, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was terrible.
So
really bad.
Yeah, for those
it was literally how can I get Eric Cantona on a stage and make this as bad as possible with one of the greatest footballers of all time?
Yeah,
and
that's what
the guy had a good go at it.
Well,
he basically he had a list
Not
of
Eric,
questions.
by the way, the guy who interviewed him.
He had a list of questions that he needed to ask, and he was asking them questions.
And that was it.
And Cantona went into some deep footballing philosophy that was only Eric level of fascinating when he was talking about protecting it for under 21s and how football has lost its soul and this, that, and other. And it was gripping. Well, it was some of the best football conversation I've ever heard in my life. And the guy'd go, tell us about that goal at Sellers Park.
Yeah. Tell about your favourite advert was one of the questions.
And you're like,
then you
what?
had people shouting out, and there was meant to be like a Q&A element to it, but it became chaotic because halfway through the interview, like certain people standing up shouting out, and he was trying to, oh, what was that? And it was like it was very sort of disorganised.
Do you know what's mad?
Go on.
I went to that with Adam Patterson before I knew Adam.
Really?
Yeah. We met his dad and him because I went with my dad and my auntie. And our dads met up because they used to work together.
No, I don't know.
So we met that night and then went in. And then he ended up working here.
Yeah, that's mad, that, innit? Because I was like, I thought the comedian was right beforehand, but then, when it got going, and you were like you were saying, talking about when he spoke about a little bit about Sellers Park, and then it was just sort of brushed over, and it was like,
it's like the guy just wanted to answer these questions.
And I was like,
it's like, what's your favourite goal? What? Are you a grown fucking man or are you 9? Like, are you taking a fucking piss?
You know.
Like, honestly, Cantona's answers, he was talking about how UEFA should be run, how there should be fucking covenants to protect. He was talking about football being like growing as an old man sport and not enough youngsters are going to it and how he wanted to protect that. And it was amazing, wasn't it? Like, if he was on a podcast with him, you'd have gone Joe Rogan style 4 hours deep on that and it'd have been brilliant every second of it. And this prick killed it. So I was conscious, this was in my head as we was interviewing him, because here's another thing as well. English isn't his first language, obviously, and he's a deep, deep thinker. So you can ask Cantona a question, and he goes into screensaver mode for 20 seconds.
that's a difficult.
think.
And it's, has he finished? Is he thinking? Has he got? Do you go back in? Because then you look like a twat if you go in.
Really difficult.
Interrupting Eric Cantona. So it's like,
I think with that as well, I think you mentioned Cantona there. I think Beckham for me is how you see Beckham, and Beckham is almost, because I'm a little bit too young, is my kind of Cantona kind of thing. Because I was born in '93, so I remember Cantona, but it's not what it wasn't my childhood growing up with Eric Cantona. So I think Beckham for me would be both rolled into one. It's that celebrity thing, and he's the one that won everything. You know, he was the one. He was the hero of the team.
You're not my fault.
Of kids.
when he did that press conference for his charity game at Old Trafford, I was at the press conference and then he was doing one-on-ones afterwards, but they got the DJs from the radio station to do the one-on-ones and I was devoted. So it's like, you might be interviewing Beckham later on. What? Right, okay.
I'm going to go
I'm just going to go, I'm going to change my underwear. And then it's like, oh, actually, no, you're not going to do that. What? Oh, you got a press conference.
The breakfast show's doing it instead.
Yeah, that was it. And I was like...
You don't even like football, mate?
Yeah.
No, that's what it is.
But yeah, I love Beckham would just be that easily. Beckham, Fergie. And for me...
Robbo.
No, I've done Robbo a couple of times. I'd probably throw Keane in.
Yeah, well, I was going to put Keane in his own little category.
Only because I've
side.
done Robbo. Yeah.
Robbo is so down to earth for the greatest midfielder in the world at the time and for a long time. He's so down to earth. I mean, I interviewed him once. It was a 45-minute interview. He had 6 bottles.
That's brilliant. That.
It was like it was an audio interview. You can hear him. Yeah, can have another two. Like, and then them hitting the table, and then them fucking being sunk. It was sensational. And I was just thinking, like, he makes you chill when you're interviewing him, because I was nervous with Robbo.
Yeah.
But I don't reckon Roy Keane lets you chill.
No, I think
Roy Keane's a very difficult.
Do you think there's a little bit more though now because
we might have him on
because he's on TV a bit more, and I think because these guys are now being interviewed or talking about football and what they did every single week. I think there's a bit of, you kind of know them. You don't know the true them, but you know their opinions and their answers and how they're going to talk to you as well. You know their.
That's why Fergie says something you don't, because he ain't.
You've not heard of him. You don't hear
Beckham.
talk.
And do you know what? I think Beckham wouldn't be the greatest interview ever, because Beckham is the poster boy for a lot of things, but for media training. And I think if you watch Beckham interviews, everything's positive, everyone's great. That's it.
Have I shown you? There's a guy who I know through golf that worked for one of Jay's favourite newspapers, but used to do the media training for United, and he's found when the Class 92 thing come out, all the initial media training are the things they had to make them right for. And Beckham was spelling think with FINK and things like that, like literally, like
he does speak like that as well.
That's how bad it was that him, Giggs and Neville's were all struggling. So we've got all these papers of them having to fill in how did you play after the game. He's got some of the clips as well of him interviewing him after the game. They were never going to get released, but interviewing him after an under-16s game, just so they got used to it, kind of thing. So he's got all them clips, and they all came out after the thing. And it's weird if, like you said, now you've got them all. Beckham is accomplished and could talk in front of people now, compared to what he was like at 15, 16, 17. You'd never think that he would ever get to that kind of level. And like you said, it is media training. It's not he's developed into a public speaker or someone that's going to host a podcast. He's developed into someone that can answer questions very well, I think, which is the disappointing bit a little bit.
It is, because I think, obviously, I've had a peek behind the curtain with Rio. He's a little bit different in the group chat. I mean, last night was hilarious as Arsenal were getting pumped in the 91st minute. Joel was winding Rio up, saying he's going to have fucking memes of him ready, because we was talking about if United and Arsenal make the final, could we go? Could we go and do something around the final as five? And Joel had plans, and then we just got oh no, 1-1. And honestly, I couldn't breathe for half an hour laughing at how funny it was. But I seen a little bit of a peek behind the curtain. Rio puts a professional face on, as you would imagine, when he's on BT. That slips a lot on Vibe.
Yeah, it slips even more.
And it's completely gone in the WhatsApp group. And I know that he has these real conversations with the other footballers, other ones that you see on TV, other ones that you see giving opinions, and sometimes those opinions from, I think Rio doesn't have a different opinion in the group chat. It's just rawer, I would say.
Yeah.
But I think there's some players out there that hold an actual different opinion to what they say in public, which I don't know how you fucking keep track of that. Like, if I didn't believe something I was saying, I'm live so often. I'm like, hang on, do I believe that or don't believe that?
Yeah. No, it must be difficult.
Intelligent
I think you can see
track.
with certain elements, can't you, that are a bit more guarded about certain topics.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, Gary Neville always gets accused of it, doesn't he? Like, he'll go after the United hierarchy without naming the Glazers a lot of the time, and you think, is that sort of because of business interests with hotel football, whatever? I'm not saying it is, but that's a common accusation that's levelled at him. You know, he'll have a dig at Ed Woodward or whatever, but he's less likely to mention Joel Glazer. So yeah, I get there must be some of that, and people may be sort of unwilling to become the news story, because if you say something like, you know, if a footballer puts out, or an ex-pro puts out, you know that better than anyone, like if someone puts out a tweet, Real puts out a tweet or says something, it goes straight in the papers, and that's it. And it gets misconstrued, and it gets taken out of context, and it's like, and people try and cause a bit of aggro with it, don't they? And it's like, hang on a minute, I didn't mean that, or I didn't say it like that, and now I've got a story doing the rounds like I've fallen out with Fergie or something stupid. Do you know what I mean?
I've seen stuff taken like totally out of context with Rio.
Yeah.
Like, our podcast gets referenced probably 15 to 20 newspapers a week.
Well, I do the news. I do most Tuesday news, and when I go on the United thing, it is a lot of it is this is what got said.
And you're
I'm
like,
trying to find
that
the
was
news the
literally
next
in our
morning.
office
I'm like,
yesterday.
I've seen him saying that. I can't report on that again. It's no good. But that's literally what comes out. It's a lot of they take every single thing that he says as news compared to even what Gary Neville says.
No
It's
one's
not
going
quite
out and
news.
making their own news. They're just reporting what other people say, which is not what it's about. I don't think as a journalists I thought used to be people that went and dug stories. I think the Athletic sort of does that more now than the tabloids. I think the tabloids are just, I don't know what the fuck they are. They're just like an echo chamber of nonsense.
It is, you know what? That's a great point, echo chamber, because we do the paper talk, and it'll be like, there's a story come out, and it's reported in, say, the Express. So you go on the Express, where they got it from, and they've quoted, we got it from the Mirror. So you go on the Mirror link, where's the Mirror got it from, and it's they got it from the Star, and you got it from the Star, where they got it from, and it's like they got it from a tweet off,
and it was,
Marshall,
and then it goes all the way back
99.
to the fucking podcast which you watched last night.
Yeah,
that we was on.
And it's like, that happened with me and all with that actually. I like this one, super chat from Carl Hagan. Jay and Steve with fresh cuts, obviously. If we make the final, is there any plans for Paddock to travel over for essential media coverage? Hopefully, yeah, if we can. We'd love to go to the final, if we're able to.
As soon as anything can, we're trying to do what we can.
Yeah.
Trying to get out of here, aren't we? Trying to not be here doing content all the time. We want to be where the football is.
Yeah.
Very good chance Monday's podcast don't happen, everyone, by the way.
Oh, yeah, because it's
Beers o'clock.
Beers o'clock for you lot. Joe Cursurio. He's told me this before, and apologies for butchering your name, mate. Who in the 11 gets duty to break Lamella in half? This is because Lamella, with the Tottenham game, fell on the floor when Anthony Martial pushed him in the face. You know what? Be honest with you, I'm over that.
I also don't think he'll probably start. He's not even that good.
Lamella.
He might actually.
Did he not get? Is he still on a ban though from Arsenal?
Not that I'm aware of, but I could be
No,
wrong.
he was only one.
It's
It
happened
was
before.
2 yellows, wasn't it?
No, I'm not sure. I think Lamella could be in line to start this, but I think United really do need. If we touch on the title for 4 or 5 seconds,
So, yeah.
I know.
Just fuck.
Slacking.
It's in
Is
my
that
head,
Steve pulling it back to?
Yeah. Well,
What's
I'll
going on here?
get us off topic
Right.
again, or cancelled, one of the two.
Right, okay, go on then. Talk about that then.
Yeah, I do think that this is a tricky game because both teams are very similar in their setup in this, apart from like they start great and end bad, and we start bad and end great. So how this flies, I don't really know, but I'm interested in how this game goes down. And I think if we do manage to get the win, I don't think a draw's no good for either of us, but I think if we get the win, it really hurts their chances of top 4, but it really solidifies ours, I think.
I think we can have a draw. I know where you're coming from. I think a draw for us is all right.
No, I think he says we owe them one. You come at Old Trafford and turn us over 6-1 in our backyard. You got to get some. You have to go back and get some.
It's almost like, I don't know. I know it did happen. It's almost like it didn't though.
It feels like another
was you there?
season.
I wasn't there.
No, none of us were there. I don't even know if it did. It might have been CGI. Robert McCarthy says, New
FIFA
doc
looks good nowadays.
looks incredible. Best Eric quote ever. What is it to understand United is to understand what it means to be alive.
He honestly could read a fucking shampoo bottle and it would sound amazing.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
Boswellux.
Think about it though, going back to the interviews, right? Beckham you can do, yeah. Eric you've done. Fergie though. The thing with Fergie, I think the pressure's on. Because you can ask Beckham what your favourite colour is, he's not going to be bothered. But I think if you've got Fergie, you've got him for an interview, you've got to come up with some questions. And you know what annoys me as well about you? By the way, I've got you here. No, I'm actually...
You got it, man.
I forgot to mention this, right? And I'm fucking raging about this. I am so angry, and I've actually forgot about it, and I've reminded myself. I don't even know how we're mates. Right. We were asked to submit questions for the Sir Alex Ferguson Q&A for his documentary, because he did a Q&A in, I think it was in Glasgow.
It was on Zoom.
Zoom, yeah. So we submitted questions, right? He asked a question. He submitted one. Right. They read out mine in his question, right? I think it was Edith Bowman. So he read out his question from Stephen Howson.
Oh, did actually chat to read it? Yeah.
Yeah. Read out my question. Didn't say from Jay.
Not even say Jay Paddock.
No. Not got my name wrong. Just like BT did.
That
Just it
was
was literally like
belt
the question I
Fantastic.
asked. They read it out and he answered it. And it was about fans. And the best thing was, the answer he gave was about an occasion where fans, I said, like, the best memory from fans. I was there when he spoke about when he won the title in 93 and all the fans came to the ground. I was one of them. But no, there was no acknowledgement. And I can't say, well, that was my question. Because people are like, yeah, of course it was. But it actually says from him. I messaged the rep that asked us for him. And she's like, oh, I've got the video there. Bad news is he mentioned Steve's name, he don't mention yours. I was like, fuck off.
The pressure's on
Don't
the
send
pressure's
the
on
video.
with Fergie as well because you've got let's be honest, like a 40-year career of management plus playing to ask him some questions. Now, obviously, the key part of that is like the last 20 odd years, really. But what one monumental moment? Like if you got 15 minutes with Fergie, that's one well answered question, right? With maybe a couple of like steerings. It's one proper question. What the fuck do you ask Fergie if you get one question?
If you get...
Because like I know we had to send this literally the other week.
But it was like there was no pressure there. He wasn't sat there,
No.
and it's like right there. So it's Ferguson. You go on.
And even that, he didn't. I don't think he answered my question properly because he just was like, "Nah, I knew what I was doing."
Yeah.
My question was like, "Did you ever doubt yourself?"
Yeah.
And I thought, because I'm trying to think what might get a full answer
Yeah.
out of, and I'm thinking,
And also, what is
at one
an
point
original
this,
question
yeah.
as well, not
Yeah.
like what's your favourite.
"Oh, can you tell us what winning the treble was like?" Yeah,
Yeah.
it was all right. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Like, how did you feel when you won the league after 26 years? Oh, sound. I hate them.
Great.
I hate the people who ask them questions.
Yeah.
What's your favourite goal? What time are you getting picked up, you dickhead? Fucking hell.
Have you got the time? Yeah, sweet. But no, that's the thing. It's the pressure in it, and you don't want to annoy him with a question that's just.
And this is where the Roy Keane stuff comes in. Because if you've watched any interview with Roy Keane, even when it's like, I thought your performance against Juventus was sensational. I was doing my job.
Yeah.
You're like,
All right then, fucking hell.
Actually getting angry. Would you praise a postman for delivering letters? Well, actually, yeah.
I would
but-
hear because they're fucking shit.
And
Yeah.
ours comes at about 5:30 in the evening, yeah, so yeah. I would. But with Fergie, you've got to get a good one, haven't you? It's like when I first went to the press conference, and my boss was like, you don't have to ask a question. I was like, thank God. Because imagine you ask him something, he's like, who are you? What
Who's
was that?
what? No.
And I'm like,
It's not
sorry.
when he asks who are you, he goes, where are you from?
Yeah, he's remember he did that to the guy who was standing in for the mirror.
And it was like,
Yeah. And then what they used to do when Sky had a difficult question to ask, like there's some controversy or whatever, they wouldn't send like James Cooper or the normal one is. They'd replace him with a one-off guy. So he'd just come down to ask that one question.
that's called cannon fodder. John.
Yeah, to get the monkey, get the
So
ban,
bad,
and
that.
then he'd never go back again. So that it wasn't like the regular presenter getting banned, which was kind of clever, but
So
not the giggy one. Connor Clark in the super chat says, when pubs reopen, which 3 players in the current squad are you bringing? Cheers for the content during this strange time. Thanks for your support, Connor. Much appreciated, mate.
Right then, Eric Bailly,
Has to be.
Yep.
100%.
Agreed. We can all agree on one.
Cavani, because even though I'm married, listen, does it get smoother than him? If anyone
Alright.
needs a bang, Callum, right? If anyone needs a bit of a wingman,
So harsh.
is there a better wingman than Edinson Cavani? Imagine him going up.
Right,
He could convince anything for anything.
yeah, okay.
And third,
You need someone that's just out for the day as well. It's the problem with them is that
right,
they're going to be there and go, I'm going now.
let's rule people out.
Go on.
It's not going to be Pogba. Doesn't drink. I want someone who's going to get smashed.
Well, mate, I could have Pogba because me and him could not drink
All right,
together.
you can
Yeah, me and
fucking
Pogba
sit in that
could be in the
fucking
corner.
corner.
Yeah, and compare hairdos.
Marcus, he's just going to talk about charity work and it's going to get boring after half an hour. I'm going to go,
Do you know
listen,
what?
let's
You
get
know,
on it.
I reckon you get him on his own, he'd be like, fucking these kids do my bleeding.
That's the problem, is that it's real.
Yeah.
So he would. He'd be like,
do you know what?
He'd be like, I'm just going to send this tweet about, I'm going to tell the government what to do. Oh, why don't you just have a fucking day off?
Yeah.
Like, no, not Marcus. Boring. Not Jesse. Too much energy.
No.
Fucking relax and have a kebab, you
Yeah,
dickhead.
yeah,
Jesus.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't. He couldn't be the one.
Luke Shaw's going to want to go for a kebab too early.
Do you know the thing is, Steve?
Maguire's going to watch that.
Do you know the thing
scrapping.
is, Steve?
What's the thing is?
I think Luke Shaw would be a good shout.
Oh,
for it.
shut up.
Because I reckon he's all right. I reckon he's sound. And like you said, he'd be out for the day. He's got a bit on him. So he
can
can
we just acknowledge Ronaldo Brown going on about you, Alex? This is Alex can't wait
Your
for you to
beard
get
has
your
a
trim.
beard.
And
What
he's
the
come up
fuck
again.
does that
Alex, your
mean?
beard has a beard.
All right.
Hey.
Don't start with me, John.
I'm trying to think.
John Brown.
I can't bring Marshall because I'm just going to think he's fucking bored and miserable. And he's going to bring
Even though
me
he's having a
down.
great time.
Yeah, he's going to bring me down. I can't have that.
Can't bring Harry Maguire because he breaks something.
Phil Jones will, he's going to trip
Phil
up
Jones
and
dropped
fucking
the-
spill all our beer.
Phil, you brought the Jaeger bombs and you dropped them, haven't you? Brought them and he's dropped them.
And he's dropped him.
I don't know, man.
Fred, get on it.
No.
He put a lot of work
What
in.
about
wouldn't
Bruno? Maybe. No.
he? I don't know about Bruno.
I reckon Bruno will be a bit rowdy. Do you know what I mean? He'd be a laugh.
Is this what we're just saying? Who's rowdy?
Yeah, that's what you want. Like, do you know what I mean? You know what? I'll go out with someone drinking and sat there and go, oh, yeah, that was a good game the other night, wasn't it?
What you want?
cares?
A water?
Yeah,
Oh,
we've got training
great.
tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? You want someone who's ramming pint pots into people's faces
McTominay?
and fucking tipping up chairs.
I reckon McTominay would be all right.
Yeah, I reckon McTominay's a good shout. Definitely.
he's sort of Scottish, isn't he?
Yeah.
Because let's not pretend like, listen, everyone will be like, he's Scottish. Is he though?
I thought he was.
Born in Lancaster, which
Yeah,
last
he's
time I
not that
checked.
Scottish.
Oh, Brandon, actually.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Well, I thought you said rowdy.
Yeah,
Oh,
but we'd
he's
end up
North
in
Manchester in
yeah,
here. Come on.
All right.
That's a bit too rowdy.
If there's the line, he's standing over
but,
there.
but here's the thing I'm thinking.
It's
as well
rowdy
is-
and there's. Do we have to call the fucking police?
Yeah, but what I'm thinking is,
come on, be careful here.
would we end up going into Northernport having the piss on the piss outside? Brandon, they go, can we go down there to some fucking fancy place? I think Brandon's that kind of thing. I don't think that would be what we need, would it? It's not what you'd be after. You want to go and get ribs at 11 o'clock. And Brandon doesn't want to do that. He's like, we're staying out, going somewhere,
Do you know some
somewhere
places
nicer.
don't serve ribs after midnight?
What?
It's exactly my response.
Do you know what the
Jay.
thing is?
Exactly
Even
my
if-
What
response.
is going on with
Even
this
if you
country?
ask them
It's gone to the dogs.
25 times, they don't do it. Even if you keep ordering these rum drinks that taste like death.
Mate, I
And
had,
the
I had a
strong-
shot of rum, right? And it was it wasn't a shot. It was a drink. It was a cocktail, right?
Right.
Should I tell you the ingredients of the cocktail?
Go on.
So you got a glass,
Yeah.
a tumbler, if you will,
Tumbler, yeah, like that.
and it had a fat iceberg of a ice cube in there.
Yeah.
Like the ice cube was like the size of a can of Coke in my tumbler.
Right.
And then the remaining of the cocktail was 7 different types of rum with no mixer.
That's naughty, that, innit?
Did Steve get rowdy? Steve got rowdy.
Were you as rowdy as you were with the
He's buying those for everybody.
LASK game?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I wasn't at
That
the
was
ASK
good
game,
stuff,
but I'm
good
guessing
stuff,
level with Tranmere. This had gone on for a while, this night out, wasn't it? We've been out for a long time this
I
week.
don't remember.
No, exactly. So yeah.
Ross
Rojo.
Murphy, go on.
Rojo. Ross
Ross Murphy, yeah.
saying, shame Rojo not here, being mental on the night out.
This is what we're missing.
also be
We're
breaking
missing
things.
characters.
Yeah.
It sounds daft, but it's right. It's mad how this is a judge of a Manchester United team.
'Cause
But
what you never expect is Mark Hughes, Brian Robson, Eric Cantona to be sitting in a boozer putting 9
However-
pints away. But that happened.
however,
And Giggs had other
City are
activities.
pretty good. And name 3 players you want to go out on.
Oh,
and
yeah,
face
but
with
they're
City.
boring.
Yeah, but name 3 fucking. Even if you were a
Do you know what-
Scouser, Scousers don't have 3
do you know what
Scousers
I've-
they go out with.
Do you know what I've heard?
Go on.
Juan Mata's a fucking demon on the smash.
Let's go on, man.
Really?
I like one, man.
Yeah, because you don't expect it.
No.
He looks like a little teddy bear.
Yeah.
And he looks
the
like he'd be
loveliest
pulling
man
chairs out and all the rest
in
of
the
it.
world.
Absolute
Wouldn't it
record.
be ace if he was just really horrible? You know what I mean? He's just like that.
Evil.
Evil.
Yeah.
And you're like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And he's like, be on, my friend. And you're like, smashed it, mate.
Yeah.
Smashed it.
Why not? Hey.
Not said Dark Horse or One Matter. That's the one.
Mate,
Yeah.
there's some stories flying around about Juan Mata around.
Really?
I think Lindelof's another Dark Horse as well, I reckon. The Swede's like
Yeah, he's a nutter.
night out.
He's a
Yeah.
nutter. Yeah.
You can see that though, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see he's got that bit in him. Do you know what I mean?
So we settled on the 3.
This is the thing, though. You don't you don't know once you get a beer in him. Like Harry Maguire is the most beige man ever.
He
And yet-
battered 5
That's
coppers
what I
in
mean.
Greece.
Like, he
Fuck
was
it, there we
taking on
go.
everyone in
Captain.
Mykonos, wasn't he?
Oh, captain, my captain.
Is it allegedly? Do we need to put?
Come on, then.
Do we need to put an allegedly on that one, or is that happened? Is that?
I think it
confirmed?
happened in a video.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't.
Like,
Yeah, but it's still an ongoing investigation, so we'll go allegedly.
Allegedly, it took on half a Mykonos.
Fucking hell.
But that's what I mean. You would never think, oh, he's going to be rowdy, innit, after a few. But he
What
was.
do you want? Do you want a story where you drank water with Marcus that had ice and cucumber in it?
Yeah.
Or do you want to be going, me and Harry Maguire got nicked for twatting half of Greater Manchester's finest? There's your night out.
Well, out last
I
night,
love
Maguire
Marcus.
woke up in Talbot Road police station. It was mint.
I fucking love Marcus.
Yeah.
But I don't reckon he's getting elbows deep with you.
Oh, I don't know. You know, he's come on. Don't. You can never doubt him too much. He's from Withenshaw.
Yeah, and another song says he
I
loves
reckon
to
you
fight,
put
but
like
we've never
think
seen it.
about it. The combination there, you get like, where's Brandon from? Harpere, Withenshaw. Do you know what I mean? Where's Tenamengi from?
Clayton.
Oh man,
Right, just take them 3. There you
forget
go.
that, mate. You are well waking up in a cell.
Yeah. Tennant's like, do I bring a knife or leave it at home? Like,
No, you don't need it.
No,
Doesn't get more out.
the thing is, though, I reckon Tedden's one of them that I couldn't control on a piss.
Yeah.
I just got that vibe on him that like you need like 3 of you and a fucking chain. Like,
Mate,
it goes off of him.
It's going to be mint when he's older, isn't it? Seriously.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a good move for him going up to
Rooney loves him apparently.
Does he?
Yeah, loves him.
I
Wants
love
him
the
again
fact
next
he's
season.
there. I love the fact he's with Rooney. I think that's a match made in heaven, and hopefully he'll come back and do the business for us. Because you talk about leaders and having a bit of an edge. Mate, come on. Just a bit.
Mate, you don't grow up as a brother in Clayton and not have an edge.
No, exactly. Someone's put, can't believe you've not mentioned Henderson. No, really?
Maybe.
I ain't heard any stories.
No.
And the ones I have heard, I don't really think.
Keepers are nutters though in general, though, aren't they?
Yeah, you come out of the box as a nutter as a keeper.
Yeah.
Not just said there's no characters and you spend 10 minutes talking about current United characters. Yeah, but they're still not as good as they could have been, are they?
Someone's
Yeah.
put,
Roy Keane spent the week of the...
put, Van der Beek still ain't getting picked. Like that.
Do you know what? Freddie's got a new phrase. Van der Beek still ain't getting picked.
Oh, right, is
That's
it? Right,
it.
Yeah.
sound.
He's still not getting picked. He's not getting that.
Even Hitler won't pick him. He probably would. Yeah, he would.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah. This is
Surely.
literally
Surely
is.
he would.
Literally
Peter
is.
Jackson says, Jank with George Best in the Brown Bull in Salford once. What a great story.
Just
man.
call it a
Imagine
day,
that.
mate.
Yeah.
Hey, that's it, innit? That's elite.
My
Bucket
granddad
list.
grew up round the corner where he was, because he was in Charlton, wasn't he?
Yeah, in Diggs.
Yeah, and where they were, it was like, because they're all, I don't know if you've seen it, it's like little fucking mad little cul-de-sacs off every little road,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it was a 90-degree off it.
Hey, imagine that. George Best.
We're the same age, I think.
Really? Dan James will be
Was he
sitting
born
on the bar
42,
stool.
wasn't he? He was born 1942.
Don't say 42. Adam's in the bill. I'm Patterson. In the
Yeah, around that time, you think about it, what, 65, he would have been about 23, does that make
I
sense?
think they're similar age.
Yeah,
Same age.
maybe 30,
No, I think he might be a
40.
bit younger.
Yeah, 40.
Because he's the same age as Nobby, my granddad.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he played against him at school. I'm on top.
Really? That's quality, that. Hey.
Dan James gets ID'd, doesn't he?
Yeah, not bringing him.
No.
I mean, if I have a shave, I get ID'd. It's no good. So,
Yeah, Dan James ain't coming.
so we don't do that anymore. What's he got?
What are your thoughts on Elite 21, 22 kits? Asks Shawat Dunganga. Dungana, sorry.
I think all depends on the sponsor. Because if TeamViewer go a bit mad and have it, full,
I don't
full
really. I know you
TeamViewer.
should care about the team that you support, what they wear.
1942.
Oh, God. Aye.
I knew he'd jump on it.
Do
You
know
were
what
getting
I
away with
mean?
that one.
Aye.
Coaching staff. Is it Mickey Phelan or bust?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be a good laugh, wouldn't he, I reckon? He'd
Carrick's
have
not.
some stories.
He's got to have had some story, mate. He's been at the United. It was in 1990 we signed him.
Yeah, well, he was there for the 1990 Cup Finals, so, yeah.
Right, so it was either 89, 90.
Yeah.
It was around about that time, wasn't it? So he's been there from then. He basically went missing for like 4 years to now. It's like a 30-year association with United and a little bit of a flirt with some random
Like,
team in
West
Australia.
Brom for a bit
And
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, or some at Norwich, whatever the fuck. Yeah. George Best 1946 says Pete Jackson. That kind of makes sense actually, doesn't it? Because I think he was about 19 in 1965, so that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen the kits. I'm not that fussed about the kits, if I'm being honest. I know that sounds crackers because you're watching this team play where your team wearing that kit, but I don't know. Like,
The thing is, we all
Take it or
hated
leave it,
that
I'm not
black and white
that fussed.
zebra-looking one. It
Yeah.
looks all right.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Deal
They
with
haven't
it.
wore it with the shorts.
It's good they were never going to wear it with the shorts, were they? They can't do that. I'm hoping the blue and white one that's close to the 93 kit looks good. That's all my hope is from it. Because it looks smart. But
Do you know, not the season coming, but the season after would be the 30th anniversary of the green and gold kit.
I don't... see, that's where the Glazers, if they actually were clever, would do that. Because it would
They would
break
do it because
things.
it would kill... Like, people wouldn't know what to do and it would kill the green and gold movement because you'd be
But they're not
literally
that clever.
supporting
They're
the
not going to
club.
do it.
Maybe there's another team that plays in red in Stretford that might release a green and gold kit for the 22-23 season. You know.
I would hope they
We
would.
have no way of knowing.
no, it's a mystery that we'll never know the answer to.
Yeah.
You know, we'll make a
so-
decision by September.
Cjo James John says, feeling in Bay would cause a ruckus. Maguire gets arrested.
I agree.
We get nicked if you don't run away quick enough.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
That's a good story.
No.
Darren's asking, can Jay fill us in how he ended up in Sale the other day, please?
Basically, I'm very stupid. That's how I end up in Sale. I thought I'd walk from Salford, where I live in Eccles, to Manchester, to here, to the office in town, along the canal. It's quite easy,
It's a
innit?
nice
Follow
walk,
the
innit?
water. Doesn't get any easier than that.
Keep it on your right.
Yeah. And I got confused and was walking like past, got to Trafford Park, happy days, carried on walking. Hang on a minute, I'm in Stretford here. That's further away from town than Trafford Park. How can this be? I'll just keep walking. Oh, hello, it's Sale. So I've walked 5 miles in the wrong fucking direction. So I had to get the tram.
Did you not see Old Trafford and go, I need to go that way?
I didn't, no.
Because that's on my way in between.
There was like old signposts, that have been there since like the 30s. Like pointing with like, Manchester 1.5 miles. And
There's
I thought,
only,
yeah,
the
I'll
thing
just
is
follow
though,
them. But some little bastards had bent them.
There's only one
didn't
turn he
work.
had to make. It was end of there, turn left or right.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And he's gone the wrong way.
I had a
Before you leave
chance
anywhere,
of getting it right.
you'd
I
have
got it
gone,
wrong.
which way do I need to go? Double check which way I'm going. I've got to be left.
Oh, 'cause
And you've ended up...
yeah. You know what it is as well, mate? Miss said to me, she said, like, you're going to use your map? Map? Don't be stupid.
Brought up round here, man and boy.
Yeah. Just landed in
Need a
Manchester
fucking
this morning.
map. Need
Don't
a
need
map. Map's in here.
Yeah.
It's in here.
That's it. And then, next
Got
thing
lost.
you know, I'm on a tram and Dame Road crying. Matthew Free says, what's the best part of being a United fan these days?
That we won stuff in the past.
It's about it at the minute, innit?
Yeah. Memories.
Memories of Marcus Rashford. That's about all we
That's why
got.
it's called Remember When We Were Mint.
It is memories. Like, what is the best part? Oh, look, there's that.
Is that the new thumbnail?
That's brilliant,
More
that.
appropriate thumbnail.
Well
Yeah.
done there, producer.
Well done,
Cam.
Cam.
Done well.
Smashed it there.
Done well. Someone said
Hey.
watching Stretford Paddock.
Oh,
There you go.
yeah.
Did someone say, did he just say Rora? No, it's about half an hour ago. Keep up.
What is the best thing about being a United fan?
I'm
Is
not
it-
kidding.
is
It's the fact that we used to be well good.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's like brag. The only thing we got to brag about is that we won more titles. than
Winding
everyone else.
Scousers up at the minute is very funny.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying that. I missed that for a year.
Right.
Or
On
two.
the Scousers, right? This whole argument about Trent was the best right back in the world.
that's
Well, Alisson was the
that's
best
lucky.
goalkeeper in the world. This is according to them, right?
Right,
So obviously, I don't endorse any of these
ridiculous
opinions.
opinions.
Van Dijk was the best player in the world, let alone centre half in the world.
Yeah,
Robertson's best left back in the world. Henderson's the best captain in the world and midfielder in the world. Mane, Salah, let's say Mane and Salah are the best wingers in the world. And Firmino, you don't understand football, so you don't get him, but he's actually the best false nine
He's
in
the
the
best
world.
defensive striker in the world.
Correct, right?
That's ever
Now,
been seen.
and Klopp is the best manager in the world. And all of those things combined means Van Dijk gets injured and the rest of them fall to rat shit.
That's what I mean. It's just so ridiculous.
That's what happened, right?
yeah.
What the fuck happened to that?
I don't know.
But it's that whole thing, isn't it? Like, as soon as they had a little bit of success or, it's like, we're the best ever. Do you know what I mean? Like, when it looked like they were going to go and beat
I fucking told you, didn't I? When they won it,
Yeah.
I said they're not winning it again because of they celebrated it too much.
Yeah.
Like there was I didn't see a single person and we're not fucking letting it go. This is ours now. Like there was none of that. It was like we finally did it. Yes.
Yeah.
It was like I didn't see any of that steel that I knew the United used to have.
You look at it, right? When we ended our 26-year wait in 1993 to win that title, what did Fergie do that summer? He went out and bought, in my opinion, the greatest midfielder of all time.
Roy Keane.
Yeah. Like, he literally, and we spent what was a British transfer record fee. It was like, we need to get him. And that actually made the 94 team better than the 93 team. He didn't go, we've won it now, 26 years, so, that's us
Hugs,
done.
tattoos,
Yeah.
parades.
Do you know what I mean? Let's go down to Anfield and celebrate there.
You went, that's good.
Yeah.
What fucking more?
Yeah. And he was like, that's Sir Alex Ferguson, that's why he's the greatest manager of all time. And that's what he did. And again, in 99 or whatever, or in 2007, he was always trying to raise the bar and go again and make it better and improve and, who these youngsters coming through, right? Some of them, get them in the team. Well, like you say, with the Scousers, it was like, yeah, we've done that. Job done. Happy days. No. That's not how it works. If you want to be the best ever, you retain it. That's it. That's a given. The best teams retain the title, and it's not all reliant on one player. We lost Yapstam in 2001. He played 15 games. We still won the league quicker than any team in history has ever won the Premier League. We weren't just relying on him, despite the fact he's the best defender I've ever seen, because we had a squad. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, you might look at other United teams like, people go, when we lost Rio in 2003 or whatever. That wasn't our greatest ever team. We never said it was. In 2000 or 99, sorry, that's a contender for it.
It was a weird...
2008 is a contender. 2008, 2009, we were that good that even when we lost Ronnie, we very nearly won it again because we was such a good squad.
such a
Do you know
good
what I
team,
mean? And we still managed to get to a Champions League final after Ronnie had left. Those are the sort of levels you're at. And this Liverpool team, it's just not there. They've had one amazing season, I'll give them that, but that's it. And it doesn't look like I think they'll struggle to get back to where they were because everyone's going, oh, they'll go again next season and this, that, and the other. And
I don't think so. I don't think you can take your foot off the gas in that manner unless you bring in, like, that 2003 team and the talk, obviously Rio was lost for that. But if you look at some of the teams that was playing, it was Kieran Richardson, it was Roy Carroll, it was Jemba Twins, it wasn't vintage, it was Forlan, it was
Ronaldo
Fortune.
wasn't Ronaldo then.
No.
So you go, Ronaldo's in that team. No, he was a child who
who had no end product and was shit.
Yeah.
But then he added, Ronaldo took 3 years to come to the boil. You had Wayne Rooney who hit the ground harder than Ronaldo did, but still took a couple of years to come to the boil and start playing and influencing games the way he ended up properly doing. You had to add Michael Carrick, you had to bring in Evra and let him settle. You had to bring in Vidic and let him settle, and you had to bring in Van der Sar because the goalkeepers were fucking awful. And then suddenly you've got this squad, and then you add little bits like Louis Saha can come in and do bits here, there, and everywhere, and you add little things, and PK can come in and do little bits into it and things like that. And actually, Johnny Evans can play 2 games this month and not look awful because he's only coming in, and Rio's had this week off, and like that was what United did, and that was the difference between the great United sides and the 2003 side. The 2003 side was very much a team in an identity crisis. We had Ruud van Nistelrooy, who was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
But I almost think he was a detriment to the way the football was played. It was almost over-reliant on Ruud scoring us goals.
Yeah.
That the team around it wasn't quite on the same sort of level. And I think that would be where the teams that preceded it with match winners, like you had Beckham as a match winner, you had Giggs as a match winner, Scholes as a match winner, York, Cole, Sheringham, Solskjaer, literally match winners all over the place.
You also had that.
And then what came after it had
You
match
also
winners.
lost Beckham in 2003. You had Scholes had his injuries, his eye problems, didn't he?
He went blind.
For a couple of seasons, didn't he? So he hardly
Still
played.
better than any other midfielder.
And still better
with
than
no
any
eyesight.
midfielder.
Just instinct.
Can't see. Still better.
No eyesight, just vibes.
Keane go in 2003, wasn't it?
No, he played in the 05 FA Cup final,
Right.
Keane, and then
it was
after that,
2 seasons. It wasn't.
yeah,
quite.
he was gone by 2007.
He peaked in 2000, 2001 was like as if 98 to 2001. Roy Keane was untouchable, and then the decline was quite sharp. And I think it was his hit.
I mean, you don't want to get my opinions on the World Cup in 2002 because I'll sound silly. But I'm gonna say Ireland could have won it if he'd have stayed.
Super chat from Peter Kelly.
Don't at me. I believe it.
Thank you very much, Peter. Looks like we're getting Roma in the semis, which means the Smalling twins. Who plays against us? Is it Mike or the lesser player, Chris?
I hope it's Chris.
I hope it's Chris because he's not that good. Content idea from Simon Howard.
like
Thank you very much. Super chat. Bex and Howson on snowboards at Chill Factor. Bex is pretty good. Met him in Whistler CPL a couple of years ago. Call it hobbies after footy.
I don't reckon. I used to be good at snowboarding. I was actually ranked in Britain as a snowboarder. Little thing.
You said you'd probably be the best in the country.
I was only ranked because I filled the paperwork in, and then you just get a thing which goes, "You're now ranked."
Yeah, 640th, but there's only 639 people. Oh, right, I get it now.
But yeah, so we did it in the army, and they was like, "Look, if you enjoy it, go and do the finger. You get ranked." Then you get time off from the army to go do more of it. And I was like, fucking absolutely do something like that.
Right,
so I did
fair
that.
enough.
So I was pretty good at the speedy type stuff because I'm reckless, shall we say.
No, that's not fair. No.
So
I struggle to believe that.
So I fucking get after it. And I reckon now, because let's just say the weight distribution's different.
I like the way you've
Good, yeah, you've done well
Yeah,
there. Yeah, I like that.
done. Yeah.
So I reckon I'm fucking shockingly bad. Because I also could surf about 5 stone ago, and then when I took Janine down a couple of years ago, I couldn't even fucking stand up. So I reckon that's well gone. And
So, absolutely
here's
content
David
ideas.
Beckham, really bored, watching a fat lad fall over, ain't the best of videos, or it's the best of videos.
You trying to ask a question as you're falling down a hill.
Let's just
much.
do the questions first before you do that.
Yeah, as Dom says, insert that gif of me falling over at 5-a-side. Yeah, I can't even fucking not
the answer
fall
is,
over at footy.
and the question is that, which one? There's a couple now, isn't there?
Oh, it's every time I played, yeah.
Yeah. There's 3 now, isn't there? So there's 3 clips of you falling over.
Yeah. It's not
There's
as
the
bad
one
as-
before I got here. There's the one at the Patreon game where you fell over in the corner.
Yeah.
And then there was the 7-a-side against the coaches.
Did I
The
fall
coaches
over
one.
as
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is this for us or is
Watch
this
this.
for...
Look at this
This is just
first
for
day
us.
now. Boom,
What's
into the
this?
space.
What are you doing there, by the way?
Follow it.
Like, you're heading down before you've even got to him. That's the rugby in you, that.
Oh.
Hey,
Yeah,
please
let's
do.
do that, please.
put that on the screen so the viewers can experience what we have just experienced.
Oh, this is brilliant.
It's a good way to wrap this up, actually.
Is it?
Is it really? There it is.
There it is.
Tremendous.
Does,
That is
do
so
you and
good.
Rio exchange defensive tips when you're
My
chatting?
mind knew what I wanted to do.
Is it like...
Yeah.
And my legs couldn't keep up.
Is that how you two became... like, started working
Yeah.
together? Rio was like, I finally met someone who's as good as I was as a defender.
Fan.
Oh, Joe, what's going to be funny as fuck is if he
What?
does come down and have a kick about, he's just going to be like, he's going to spend most of it doing this, isn't he?
Mate.
Because I can imagine he's still like professional level. He's only a few years out of playing. What is it? When did he retire? 2015? 2015?
Yeah, 2015, I think, was his last season, wasn't it? He had one season with us, with Moyes, then he went to QPR, and then I think that was...
Yeah,
And then he
so it'd be
went.
2015.
Then he was going to become a boxer, wasn't he? I think he knocked that on the head.
So 2015, we're talking 6 years out of being a pro.
But look
Premier
at him,
League
though. Look at him, though.
He's fucking jacked.
I know,
Yeah.
he's not exactly let himself go, has he? Do you know what I mean?
And
So,
this-
I would say, and apparently he still plays a lot of fucking like two-touch and stuff. So I imagine he could easily do 90 minutes at our level at least.
yeah.
Yeah.
And at 6s and 7-a-side. In fact, I might ask him, when was the last time he played 5-a-side?
Yeah.
One thing they're talking about for the summer, because there's been some shows in the pipeline for summer for 5, and they're talking about maybe doing some like legends, little kickabouts and stuff like that. Do you have like all of the people that are presenting for the Euros?
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine how good? Can we get a works team to go and play like what Alan Shearer and Rio and fucking?
I'll peel the outtime oranges for that. Hey.
I think.
Are you suiting up?
I think.
Absolutely
No,
not.
mate. I don't know about
I
that
think
one.
we'd get hurt. Never mind
Yeah.
get beat. Them playing, they break Joe Smith. They break me.
Yeah,
they break Joe
they break
Smith.
me as well,
They
like-
break McCullough.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
there's no chance.
Because you can't, like,
You
you know,
wouldn't get near
your
any of
saving
them.
grace in 5-a-side is if you're playing against these tricky people, is to kick him. You're trying to
Yeah.
kick Alan Shearer.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
He would elbow you.
Yeah, of course he would.
Yeah.
I see what he did to Neil Lennon.
Yeah.
He's still doing that at a fucking power league on a
We'd all
fucking
be sat
Tuesday
here
afternoon.
with, like, you know,
What happened?
Collars on and everything. Like, yeah, we played 5-a-side last night.
Played 5-a-side against Alan Shearer.
Yeah.
Try to volley
Battered
it
us.
Yeah.
Because I bet he's still got a volley on him.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Right,
you
yeah.
see the power in his shot?
Imagine when it's your turn at going goal as well. Right, you're in now.
Never mind
no,
Sergio
I'm not.
goal now.
Loads of that handbag
Yeah.
thing.
Never miss. One of them ones.
Mitts letting goals in. There you go.
There you go.
There's
Tried.
half of the pitch for you. There you go.
Yeah.
Anywhere there. That'll
Oh,
do. Yeah.
I made an effort.
Go on.
Simon Howard in the super chat says, anytime you want to test out your skills after COVID's done, Paddock boys are always welcome to visit CA. Is that
California.
California.
Getting all old of us over there is going to be great.
Back to that, Simon, and we will take you up on that offer, by the way, mate.
Yeah, don't-
Like, genuinely.
Yeah, we'll be there if we can.
That's legally binding, what you just said there.
What
That's a contract.
What is going to be the deal with travel? Because I think Europe's going to be the hardest place to go to because they don't want us there at the minute, do they? Whereas America would be like, yeah, come over, sound.
Yes. Joe, what's putting me off wanting to go anywhere at the moment? Oh, apparently it was Canada.
sorry, it's Canada, sorry.
Canada will do.
Well, we'll come in there then.
The thing that's putting me off of wanting to travel at the moment is thinking that I could probably stomach sitting on a plane with a mask on.
Right.
Not for like some of them flights we did to Australia though, because
Right.
that
You
would
do
be
the trick.
mental.
Eat all the way there, you'll have to take your mask off. As long as you've got something you're eating or drinking, it's
I'm
fine.
alright. I'm alright.
We're fine then.
I'm alright.
You just take your
But
mask and eat and
it's
drink.
not just the plane though, is it? It's the taxi to the airport. It's sitting in the airport. It's where you get your balls felt at custom. It's all of them places you got to be wearing
Just
a
get
mask.
a full hazmat suit instead then. I reckon that'll be all right for you. With its own oxygen tank
I think there's been people getting on planes like that, haven't there?
Yeah, there definitely has.
We've got another super chat from Derek Best. Says, seeing the Ajax ball boy chucking the ball at the Roma player, who are you doing that to?
Soonest.
Oh, yeah. With venom. Eh?
There's multiple Scousers. But the only problem is you can't miss. He did well because he went straight at him. But if he misses there, you look a bell end.
Right tip, don't you? Eh,
And
proper-
you've not gained anything. Like when it hits him in the face, it's funny. But if
Yeah.
it misses him, you've launched it at him.
Yeah.
You've now lost your little ball boy job, and nothing's happened.
Oh, your little ball boy job.
Yeah.
George Murphy in the super chat says there's a traffic light system for travel beginning in May, so that should help you plan it.
Don't trust any of it.
Are we going to wrap this up then? Because I know you lot are going to turn into a pumpkin soon, aren't you? 'Cause you're gonna go and play
You lot playing
football.
5-side tonight?
I mean, yeah,
Aren't you playing tomorrow?
I'm on the bench.
Oh,
So why do I?
He's fucking playing tomorrow.
Hello.
He's only going to walk about a bit. You know him. He doesn't take things ever too seriously and goes into tackles way too much and does.
First game of the Rhodes Cup. The Rhodes Cup.
Well, then he'll be fit for tomorrow, then, won't he? Not Jay. I know Jay's. I'm nodding that way if it's
Yeah.
Jay. I mean,
What about
Cameron.
Cameron in the back
My
here?
days of playing football long gone. Though.
Don't worry, the
Occasionally, I do
standard's
play
not that
five-a-side,
good.
but nothing 11-a-side.
We're with Joe
Can't run
McGrath.
anymore.
We'll be fine. There's not
Yeah,
going
but
to be
there's some
people.
clumsy bastards
Yeah,
there,
there
isn't
is,
there?
mate.
I'm not asked about him not being fit because I know he's actually in good condition, his old Cameron.
Can we clip
But he's
that
also-
out?
Thanks,
Can we
Steve.
clip that out? That was a compliment there.
He's also a
Steve, to
fucking
Cam.
idiot, though. And he could
There you
definitely
go,
get
you see,
injured.
He's gone and ruined it.
These are all things.
But I'm right, though, aren't I?
You are
He is
true.
fit. He's not going to be tired tomorrow. He's only getting half an hour anyway.
Right,
You're
anyway,
starting Cameron at 6.
we'll let them lot decide
Be
whether
all
to
right.
go to 5-a-side or not.
go.
Thanks for everyone who got involved in the chat and the comments.
Oh, and if you want to come and watch tomorrow, Paddock FC are playing at 2 o'clock. You're not allowed.
There you go.
Great. There's me pointing at you. Like,
Oh, here we go.
don't do
Announcement.
it.
Announcement.
Steve.
Here we go. Announcement.
Announcement, yeah,
On
you
a serious
can't.
note, though, trials do start on the 20th of April. If you're interested in coming playing for us, 20th of April, you can come and find out whether you've actually got any tackles
Where?
or not.
You don't.
It's at Turn Moss, 6 o'clock, every Tuesday from the 20th.
Yes. Go down there and get involved. That's been Steve Howson. That's been Alex Baggers. We'll be back for the watch along for Spurs. It's all of us, in it. You're here, I'm here.
Smith's here.
Smith's here, Andy Tate's here. What more do you want? So if you're not doing, make sure you check that out. Give us a like, a share, and a subscribe. Thanks for watching.